As a kid, I had to live in several children's homes and special schools, and some of my experiences were really weird. I mean, in a supernatural, ghostly sense. Talking with other disabled people, I discovered that many of them had had similar experiences. It seemed that institutions for disabled people had a history of ghosts. I began to wonder why such places were apparently haunted.
If I can picture again, I'd sleep.
I had hit on the idea of publishing a book of ghostly experiences by disabled people who had lived in institutions. I wanted the book to contain photographs, so I contacted Brian.
I like the way the light shines off of the floor and that.
I'll use infrared. I'm going to use wide-angle lens extensively. I fancy the infrared one because it works on heat rather than sort of visual light. I would like to capture something that has got a quality of radiating something. You know, it's not just saying, here it is, this is it, look at it. It's hopefully saying, this has got a presence, this has got an atmosphere, this has got a feeling, feel it.
Pear Tree Cottage was old and pink. It was like a darkness, heavy, like a cloud, drawing me back again and again. That was why I sort of liked being there. That and other things made the pink cottage seem part of a fairyland. I left my real self behind at 9 days old in the fire, but she kept coming back to haunt me. She still does. She has a different name to me. It's Sarah. Maybe I should have been Sarah.
When I lived here, I used to really love going outside and running around the fountain, which was in the front garden, singing Black Sambo. Everybody call me Black Sambo, Black Sambo, Sambo. Everybody call me Black Sambo.
Out the back door, past the shed where Bill and Ben were, the two cats, across the piece of brown wasteland and under the arched branches of trees leading to what I called the forest. There I had to go alone, even though it scared me. It was as if something was there and I had to run around it like fuck, otherwise it would catch me.
You're not having any biscuits, and you are gonna be put in the tree, isn't she, Teddy? Oh, look. Do you want a jam sandwich, Camilla? Yes? All right. Well, don't be naughty again. Otherwise you have to go to Auntie Vera's room tonight. You know what Auntie Vera's like. She's a witch, and she'll gobble you up.
EastEnders has 16.5 million viewers. By the law of averages, some of them must be disabled. Why can't there be some disabled characters too? Are the BBC frightened that we would put able-bodied viewers off because we're disabled? Isn't that sad? The last time a disabled person was seen raped...
Hello, Julie. Sorry to intrude on your programme, but don't adjust your set, because I'm only a figment of your imagination. I've been told that you were a student at Ullenwood College and that you saw a ghost there. Can you tell me about it?
Well, basically, Tina, when I first started Treloars, I was 12 years old, and I was staying in this very, very old building, a beautiful mansion, and the girls' dormitories were downstairs. And one day I came out of my dormitory, it was evening-ish, no one around, and I saw this white figure, pretty young woman, walk with a long flowy white dress, walking, floating really, floating up the stairs. So I thought, oh dear, we have a ghost. But I didn't tell anyone else, because I didn't want to frighten any of the other students, because I don't think they'd probably have understood it, and they would have been very frightened and started crying, screaming, and wouldn't have stayed there, so I kept quiet really.
What happened to me at Treloars was that one night we did a Ouija board, Scrabble letters, glass, sort of thing, and there were probably about 4 of us involved, and lo and behold, it actually worked, and the glass moved round to the letters. It's all terribly exciting, and it is my belief that nobody was pushing the glass. I didn't have a sense that the glass was being pushed. And the spirit of the glass contained a message for myself, which was that it was from somebody called Mary, I think, who had at some point in time occupied my bedroom and died in a fire. I think she really just wanted to communicate this fact to me. Do you remember the night at Treloars when we did the Ouija board? Can you remember the name of the person? I know it was Mary or Elizabeth. You don't remember that? No, no. But it was quite exciting, wasn't it, at the time when that glass was actually moving? Well, I think it did. I mean, I don't know where you are on these matters, but, I mean, I'm a complete sort of sceptic.
Something that used to happen to me a lot was the Bobby thing. I don't know why I called him Bobby. Sometimes at night I would hear the door into the corridor open and I knew Bobby had come. I didn't dare move because I knew he was there behind me. Then my right shoulder would feel funny, a sort of creeping sensation, which was then followed by his hand pressing lightly on it and moving slowly down and down and away. Actually, I think he might have said Bobby to me once, whispering. It seemed as if he knew I was waiting for him or something. I didn't used to scream at first, but once, when it got bad and it really felt threatening, I screamed and screamed. I was desperate, but no one came. Hello, Dunstan. They tell you that you're the resident ghost hunter here.
Yes. Well, on the pendulum, I got a yes and no board, I got a letter board, and I have to say certain questions, yes or no questions. One of the rules and regulations is you cannot do anything from the future, because I don't know, I got told by my guardians not allowed to say anything about that. So all I can do is find out about the past.
So back to Frank.
We talked about his age. I said, I'll count up, you tell me when to start. And when I got up to over 40, the pendulum just totally swung off the board. The lights turned on and off, and the pendulum just flew straight across the room and hit and broke into smithereens on the thing. Then when that happened, I got very frightened. I said to the rest, come on, let's clear off.
Tina, just walk towards me. A slow walk, though.
Yours to slide on. Brilliant.
We had the student union office upstairs in the manor, and I was up there one night and all the lights were off, and I'm sure I seen a lady up there. She was had very old-fashioned kind of clothes on compared to that particular time, and I'm sure I heard a baby crying as well in the background. It was very faint, but not actually, she didn't have the baby with her. It just seemed like she was crying out for the mum. Yeah, and she was walking towards me as far as I could, like, as far as I know, and then it just disappeared. So it was only like for about 2 or 3 minutes. She seemed to be very lit up herself. You know, you could work out what she was wearing. As I said, she was wearing a black dress. She was talking, but it was very hard to work out what she was saying. And then I came out the office and turned all the lights on to find out, because I don't like things like that, really.
Did the baby sound like this? I didn't really have my own bed. One night I had to sleep out on the landing, and it was on that night that I had one of the hauntings. I'd been sent to bed early because I'd been naughty. Through a side window I could see into the sitting room. The television was on, and through an opening in the curtain I could see the starkness of the black and white screen flickering. I started screaming, crying, begging them to let me out, but they completely ignored me. I was so exhausted, I stopped. I started to scream again, tearing around the room hysterically, and that was when it happened. My eyes fell upon the window. To my horror, I could see a huge bird pressed against the round window, filling the whole area. It was brightly coloured and highly patterned. I thought it was going to get into the room. I ran towards the side window, again screaming for help, perhaps screaming for my life. Every time I looked back over my shoulder, it seemed to be getting brighter and brighter. Then when I looked one final time, it was gone.
Hi, is that Jazz? Oh, hello, it's Tina. Yeah, you went to the National Children's Home at Chipping Norton, didn't you? Was it Penhurst? Right, well, I'm investigating some ghost stories, and I wonder if you've got any.
I've never seen it. I've never seen the Grey Lady, but obviously as kids we had a lot of stories about the Grey Lady and a lot of dares about the Grey Lady who lived on the top floor of the big house.
It's got lots of corridors and bits, and I used to go around tapping the walls and things. It's real, you know. Spooky. Oh wow. And you dropped me in this trouble. How are we going to do it? Do you want one go at the back, one at the front, or one at the side? It's safe at the back, front. No.
Yeah.
I don't like that way at all. Come on.
It's better for me. It's better for me.
Well, that'd be better for you then. Because if you drop me, it won't be good for me. I promise you.
This overlooks the school, right? Yeah, this was one of our bedrooms. I've got a feeling I might sleep in one of these rooms. Either this one or the one next door.
Oh, yeah. Was this your view?
Yeah, although obviously I could never see out the window.
Well, there weren't so many buildings here, but
No. Oh, no, you didn't have the H block down there, which is the new children's unit, and you didn't have the swimming pool. Yeah.
The Grey Lady used to hang out, and she was. I've got a feeling that as you come up the stairs, you know, it's where they've changed the levels on the floor.
Oh, right.
So she's walking apparently on the lower level, as it were. You know, in her spirit world.
Yes.
Yeah, so what we see is just her from the knees upwards.
Right,
kind of gliding along the
chopped
floor.
off of it, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw her. She was a ghost that...
Do you know anyone who did?
No, I don't know anybody who ever saw her. I just know that she was
the Grey Lady lived on the top floor, and
I wonder where the idea of the Grey Lady comes from, because we had a Grey Lady at my school.
I think every school has a Grey
Yeah.
Lady, to be honest. And
Yeah.
I think that, you know, it's a story that kids invent in many ways, to be honest. I mean, it was real to us at the time, but I'm sure, you know, it was invented, you know, years before.
And the
I heard it.
syndrome of the Grey Lady, why the Grey Lady? Maybe it's
Grey is such an
ghost,
inanimate
yeah.
colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know.
I suspected that the lady who was around the place, a great big large, fat, balloon-like lady with long, witch-like grey hair, and she would be sinister in her parlour, sipping her tea and making more spells to haunt me. I know it, you little cow.
Actually, to be honest, the Grey Lady is part of my earliest memories of,
Yeah.
you know, spooky stories, you know.
Someone told me that you know some stories about some ghosts around here.
Well,
And I'm looking for ghosts myself.
well, I know one ghost or two ghosts. It's one behind us. No, in fact, I used to sleep upstairs.
Right.
And you know the third window? No, legend was that a man hanged himself. Like
was
a
this?
farmer or farm worker. There used to be a big farmhouse, and this used to be a stables.
Yeah, it looks very stable.
And the incident was upstairs, you know.
In the stables.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who's seen this ghost?
Well, I haven't. No, I don't know who seen it.
Have a lot of people? Or a few?
Well, maybe a few. I don't know really. I haven't seen it. You know, I lived up there for ages. I never seen or heard anything. I better point out, somebody told me it wasn't true. To frighten people, you know.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people want to tell stories like that then?
I don't know.
Do you think
It might be true. On the other hand, it may not be true.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say
Would
really.
you like it to be true?
Well, I don't know. It'd be nice if it was true, you know, give more excitement
I know what
to
you mean,
the place. Yeah, but
Bit of spice.
yeah.
Brian, I've got a real gem for you here. I want you to have a look at this. Someone sent this to me. Thought you might be interested in it. as a photographer.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
God, dear. I can't imagine where that comes from.
I know, they were really shocked themselves when they received it. And they sent it, and they'd like to have it sort of looked at.
Like this.
Is it a trick?
It's really difficult to say, because it's in a mirror. It could be done, but it doesn't look like that. It hasn't got that quality. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like that, I must admit. Never have. Is it my imagination, or does that actually look, have got a face that look a bit like Jesus?
It has. Cheery, shroudy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I find bloody
Yeah.
weird. It's obviously an amateur photo,
Yeah.
and I really think that techniques that you would need in order to get that are really, really advanced. That'd be really mega advanced.
So you think
lighting. I don't know how they've done
It
that.
might be genuine.
I wouldn't be prepared to go that far.
You look a bit shocked.
We've got a fair selection here now, out of those sort of, I don't know, several hundred, I suppose.
Yeah, I like the idea of the
start.
sort of oldie, worldly type of
Yeah.
ones that give kind of a feeling of time gone by. There's a Petri Cottage one and all that.
It's a bit interesting, isn't it? It looks different. It's something a little bit
Now that gives it a sort of
eye-catching.
feeling of a past,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Sort of something that stood still in time.
Don't it look a bit like sterile and sort of like prim and proper, the way the trees are and everything? And it's also clean.
Yeah. It does it, but it almost
You know
looks
what I mean?
unreal.
Yeah.
It does look as if it's just something out of the imagination rather than it exists, you know. But what I want to capture really with the pictures, Ryan, is a sort of sense of time mainly, and people kind of trying to recall their childhood.
Mm.
That's what I want with the book, to try and reconcile the
ones like
adult
that.
with the child.
I believed I would never return to my ghostly experience of institution. I really thought that I would never ever be able to find anything in common with disability or its confinements and the way it made you feel as a kid. And if there's ghosts out there, well, good luck to all of them. Good night.